Hello and welcome back. Video 2 on anxiety. I'm Suzanne Chevany of Awakening Essence, and I'm glad you're here. So I hope yesterday you were able to notice your breath a little bit more. Maybe holding your heart if you were feeling stressed and doing some deep breathing with that. Maybe feeling for those sore points. Tapping, pounding, being Tarzan or Jane with your voice, and noticing how that felt. Those things are really helpful. What I want to introduce today is something, well, I have to tell you the short story. Have you ever watched Lost in Space from like decades ago? And the robot would say, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger," and do that. Well, in my mind, as I was sitting and thinking about this, I saw that image because it just makes me laugh every time. But it was abort, abort, Will Robinson, abort, abort. And I got to thinking, and abort really works. It's like, stop the process towards anxiety. Now, abort the pattern or the movement towards that. So if in your mind you can get this goofy image of abort, abort, whatever that means to you, that will help. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit. A in abort is awareness. You will become more aware of what triggers you, and when you tap into, how am I feeling right now? I'm feeling kind of anxious. Okay, so your awareness is the first part. Awareness that you're on that trajectory towards a lot of anxiety or a panic attack, or however you manifest that. Okay, so you're aware, and then go into your breath. Okay, nice slow deep breathing. The first two steps of the abort process: awareness and the breath. You can breathe in love and expel whatever thoughts, growlings, yellings, depending on where you are. Release what needs to be released. And you don't necessarily need to name it. You can if you want to. Breathe in love, breathe in appreciation for being alive in this moment, and release out. Okay. A, B. The O is objectivity towards the issue. That can be a little tricky. If you have a habit of going into and getting swallowed up by the anxiety, what you want to do is say, okay, a part of me is feeling anxious. A part of me is not. There are different parts, and this one is calling for attention right now. That's different. Notice how it feels when you say, let's not use anxiety, let's use anger. I am mad. I am so mad. Notice how that feels. And then say, a part of me is really mad. How does that feel? It helps you distance yourself just a little bit, just enough, so that you don't get totally sucked into it, okay? So you want to be objective. If it's about, we'll get to that, okay? So ABO, I have to spell in this too. So awareness, your breath, objectivity. And then you want to rest in that neutral state of compassion, self-compassion, compassion for all things. If it's an event that you're anxious about, and usually it's a future event, what if this happens? What if that happens? Okay, well, you don't know what's going to happen. So be neutral about it. If you want to work on visualization, see it as a delightful outcome. But even not going that far, just find neutral space around it. A part of me is really anxious that this event is going to go poorly. A part of me knows how to do some things to maybe prevent that or encourage things to go a more delightful way. So rest in that neutrality. It's kind of like having a cup of tea with it. You're not saying it's right or wanting to change its mind. You're just being with it in a neutral space. Does that make sense? If you have questions, please ask. Okay, so awareness. Starting to feel anxious. The breath. Objectivity. A part of me is really nervous about this. Rest in neutrality. And I can sit with that part that's really nervous. It's okay. It's okay. And then T stands for the truth of the situation. Okay, you want to look at the facts. What is actually true? Not the storyline of disaster, not awful what ifs this happens, what if that happens, what if that happens. Just the truth of what is. Okay. So, abort. Abort, abort. Okay. Awareness. The breath. Objectivity. Rest in that neutral place of compassion. See the truth in what is. And from that place then, you can decide a next step. You can decide to do something or not do something. But you'll be coming from a place of quiet calm where you can access wiser decision-making tools that you already have. When we're caught up in anxiety and fear, it's really, really difficult to make good decisions. Okay, so when you start to feel anxious, abort, 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 Will Robinson, abort. Awareness of the situation. Take a nice deep breath. Your hand may be on your heart. Objectivity. Don't get pulled into the fear of it. Rest in that neutral place. All the while breathing. You want to breathe the whole time. And then what is true? What is true? I hope that helps. I hope that helps you abort the process of anxiety, building into an issue or an ongoing. I mean, we have an underlying anxiety thing happening for everybody just with the change that's going on. So some of that we need to be able to just deal with on a daily basis. Other things, particulars in our life, are events that perhaps we can do something about. We can make an impact. We can resolve it or let it go or do what needs to happen with it. So take care of what you can and release the worry, the attachment to those things you can't control. Okay? Let me know if you have questions. Tomorrow we will wrap up, continue on. I'm glad you're here. Play with this, think about it, let me know what questions you have, and take good care.